Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. I didn't expect to make this video this soon. Um, Last night, um, if you saw my video on the double, sorry, the Wish summons, the double legendary event, you saw that I got a Elliot, or Elliot, and I was like super excited. I was like, this is gonna help me finish Doom Legion, right? And shortly after that, I went ahead and pushed on Holy Light Parliament a little bit, did my Sunset Sages, and we are at E4 Agatha. I did it, guys. Only Today is May 3rd, only 3 days later than my original plans was, which was to finish end of April. Um, and just a quick, you know, digression here. Yes, I've also stopped being lazy and finished all my stage 40. I'll do my stage 40 grilling in a couple of days when we have the grilling event on. I'll do a separate video talking about high level clearing strategies for the Dwarven dungeon, Dwarven ruins. What I'm going to do is spend the next maybe 10 minutes talking about um, my journey to Agatha E4 and finishing majority of the faction here. I know I haven't finished some of the other ones. A lot of the time it's about missing heroes. Um, we do get a very good set of reference teams in terms of what teams are people using, get a sense of what heroes you need. But often when it actually comes to fighting these bosses, you don't actually have the stats um, of the people who made the clears and what to potentially look for and what are the challenges you potentially have to overcome. So I'll briefly go over every faction. I won't be able to say too much for the ones I haven't beat yet, but I'll tell you what the challenges might be for those perhaps. Um, Off the top, starting with Dragon Tribe, in here, this is the team I ultimately cleared it with. A lot of people don't run Burnhild and use Amelia. Both teams are viable. The key here is, your Santa is speeding up and slowing down the enemy boss. What you want here really is actually try to get your Hazandra to be a little bit faster. The more times your Hazandra can use his ultimate, the more you're able to trigger the HP burn on your team. Because the problem with HP burn is you're waiting for the boss to take turns, right? When the more turns the boss take, the more damage you're going to take. So ideally, even in this setup, right? I think I liked the Brynhild setup because Brynhild allowed me to reset my Hazandra. My Hazandra was doing way more damage than Milia anyways. You get up to maximum of 5 dots. So using Brynhild's turn reset allowed me to not only have my cooldowns ready to defend myself, but also have Hazandra trigger HP burn on the boss, allowing me to kill it. Because a lot of the time, some of these stages is about a DPS race. You want to kill the boss before the damage ramp up to a point where you can't survive. So this is kind of Dragon Tribe. The other part of Dragon Tribe to note is you have no attack down option. Having an attack down option makes this boss a lot more manageable, and you don't have that for Dragon Tribe. So it's all about racing to do the damage. The similar idea is for Sword Harbor, is you don't have attack down here. It's all about a DPS race. When we got Beatrix introduced to the game, it made this a lot more viable because you can now slow down the boss. Catherine really has to be as close to 20, like ideally over 2800. You start with full HP. Um, you defend yourself, you defense break, and you counterattack through. But it's all about having a super high DPSing Donald that used joint attacks with Rister and Ben Austin. And it's all about just DPS racing, just trying to kill the boss within like 5 turns before the damage becomes a little bit unsustainable. Simply because you don't have any ways to mitigate damage in this faction. So just a lot of damage, and it's more of a DPS check as you go up the stages. Sunset Sage is kind of a tricky one. I managed to clear 29. When we got to 30, I could probably do it. I just need to move a lot more gear around. Um, the key here is to make sure your is it Kumon? Just have to double check the name here. Sometime sorry, Epic. I don't know. There's too many heroes in the game. I'm gonna struggle with names when we do the legendary tier list. With Epic, you want Epic to be able to move before the boss does the first ultimate, because what you ideally want to do is you want to do a slowdown with Guhana into Epic Shield, so that the second turn you can heal with Guhana to help yourself stabilize. If you start with Guhana to heal, Epic to shield on the first turn, you're still going to die on the second round. The boss just did do way too much damage. It will strip away the protect allies and the shield, and you will just die. So you have to use Epic Shield before the boss move, and you can't use the heal on the first turn. That's the key one. So that's why, from a speed perspective, pretty high speed requirement to get Epic to 2800 for this one, or as close to 2800. So that, but Guhana will have to be faster. Damage wise, you get a ton of damage from these three heroes. Wave clearing is not a problem with Nita and Momolo. So it's just it's a DPS race. You will survive. Maybe you should be able to kill the boss within like five to seven turns, because Guhana is going to slow down the enemy. You get speed up. The moment you stabilize, you're going to be able to get healed and shield every turn. It's just the first turn you have to survive, and it's easy from there. Foresters. Foresters. Again, it. This is the team I was running with. I had O'Grady's here before, but with Veronica, it was just a little bit better. Here, I'm just gonna skip and hopefully, uh, eh, or maybe some of my stuff are in gear. That's why it's not going through. Jingle Bell is gonna help you with a lot of the waves. Um, Ronai and what's really nice here is your Luna is actually gonna be helping you. Um, the key thing with Luna is what you want to do is use Luna's block debuff and time that perfectly with whenever the boss is doing the ultimate. That's what you're really looking for to stabilize and make sure you don't get like nuked and stunned and then die. And in case someone dies, she does have the ability to revive. You have a nice shield. You have a lot of consolidation, damage reduction. And Luna, every time when Luna's hit, the boss gets attack down. That helps more with, and you do have attack down too also from, is it Feral or, sorry, I'm forgetting the names of the heroes. Yeah, Fernal. It's close enough, right? So that's with Foresters. Maybe I'll give it one more try. Come on. Maybe because, oh yeah, I think I stripped my Luna. That's why that's the issue. My Luna is not geared. The other thing is as you're doing these, you're probably going to need to move the best gear onto these heroes. That's key. Um, so yeah, you end up with a lot of ungeared heroes. Uh, Yesterday I pulled Elliot. I got Elliot to 2800 speed. That was key. That was absolutely key. You get the HP up, you get the block debuffs, allowing you to survive the ultimate. So it syncs up perfectly. It's a 3-turn cooldown. Every time right before the boss ultimates, you protect your entire team. You get the HP up. You help survive. The damage is going to come a ton from Little Jack. You could easily clear the way with Milosh, AoE, and then with focus into Milosh for the second turn, and you're good. Um, Dez was just there for the consolidation. Now you got consolidation, you got big shields, you got attack now. Um, it was just made it really easy for Doom Legion. You don't need Liz. I regressed Liz and I was like, oh no, everybody's using a Liz, right? Like you look at the boss guide here, fast clear lineup. Like literally I got like a brand new reference here now. Like everybody else, oh, yeah, because of team similarity, I guess. But pretty much everybody else is using a Liz, right? But I'm like, you don't need a Liz, you just need focus, because focus actually heals. So there you go. That was I used a team that nobody else used because everybody else used the Liz. So that was pretty cool here last night. Holy Light Parliament. I ran to, this is one of those times where you are short on DPS. I have no exclusive my grace. Like we're getting to a point where I'm just hitting over 20 turns and I don't have enough DPS to do it. But fortunately enough, this is more of just a DPS check, right? You look at everyone's clear results. You have they're either using Grace, but one of the key heroes is Elena, which I don't have exclusive one for. I need to get one more copy of her to do the speed down, which means now I can trigger bleeds and take advantage of Astadan uh, and Grace, for example, to do a lot of the damage. So in this case, I will replace Maya with Elena. I have only one copy. I didn't bother, putting an eye on her because I was really close to Agatha at that point. Forgotten became super easy with the introduction of Atkins. Really here, what you want to do is again, people are like, why are you using Gravity? Like this guy, yeah, because he's the only one that can do a reliable slow on the enemy, and just getting that slowdown on the enemy allow you to cycle your turns and put all of your shields and defensive ability up a lot more reliably. DPS for me was a challenge. I don't have my Chardonnay very well built. Chardonnay, I actually cleared it first time. Let's see. Do I have my reference here? Was I on the low power reference? But like when I cleared it, this was well, I don't have my Alicia build. A lot of people use Alicia because Alicia's damage really high. Um, like I just didn't have the DPS. Chardonnay has the attack down. I had to go 20 plus turns when I beat this, so I'm actually just having to tank a lot more than I need to, just because I don't have the DPS. So again, balancing out DPS is key. Um, we're on to okay, last five. Eternal Sect. This was a very painful one. I vividly remember this one, and I think is my lineup in here, my exact lineup, because yeah, this is the lineup I used. My DPS was really low, but the idea here is you want to attack down first with Mamook to get the attack down. And then from there, this synergizes from I get the defense break from Madalena, and then French is more for just shield and defense up, and you're just hoping to kill the enemy really quick with Agatha, combined with Big Jack, and you're hoping the Big Jack damage immunity helps you buy a little bit of time. Agatha hopefully buy you a little bit of time to revive a hero that has died. This was a really close one. You're using Mamook for heals, so you don't have a lot of shield in this team. You don't have a lot of ways to mitigate damage. So this was a very challenging one, I find. Nameless Brotherhood. This is one where, this is as far as I got with this particular team. Ideally, you have a super fast Timmy, a fast Magdi to get your shield, and then get your boss the attack down, the crit, slow down, all of that. It makes it super easy. The reason why I'm not progressing this far because most people are expecting a decent Anhejon, or alternatively, instead of Henge, you want to run Aina, or like in my mind, I could probably just get away with something like Henge and Ina, right? Like I just need my Ina to be or one of these heroes to be 2800 in terms of getting the shield up. And from there, it should be relatively straightforward. I have a decent Lucia, but when you look at most of the guides, people are all using Adhesion for the most part. Great for wave clear, great for boss damage. Like French, sorry, this is, did I get confused? This is Fritch. The other one's called Narch. Sorry, it's not. It's Narch. I got the two names mixed up. Oh, I can just feel it. The tier list video on Legendary is going to be brutal. This is sorry, going back. This is Narch. This is not French. French is the other guy over here on the boss guide. So that's French. This is French. So yeah, this offers a lot of good setup. Popper really is if you don't have the speed, but I wouldn't recommend using Popper. You're better off like using any of the other hero setup here. You just need enough DPS, and again, I don't have the right heroes, so that's why I didn't push for 30 on this one. Wizard Eye. Wizard Eye was an interesting one. This was the team that I beat it with. I think I was the first one to actually to use a team fully to use Anna in here. Was it? Oh, okay, it's fine. Somebody else used Anna, but they got Hell, right? Like the idea here is you just need that attack down on the enemy. This is where you turn meter abuse to the maximum with Mekio, and the boss takes like 2 turns in the whole thing. I think it took like one cycle did. You just need to survive the first big AoE by putting the attack down on the enemy, and from there you're good for Wizard Eye. Hidden Wave, I can probably push higher. I mean, it's back of the list, so I didn't get onto it. But one of the key heroes that we see a lot people use is Bull. Bull synergizes really well with the basic attack boost from Seth. You got a solid amount of healing. The only thing here is we're not seeing a slowdown in a lot of these teams, right? Well, what you do now get is Villette can apply a slowdown, okay, speed down. There's a chance to do that. And you can also heal with Valette. So this is a really good option. So we start to see Valette, and it's a free hero, guaranteed hero. We start to use it. The other one we recommend is Edith because Edith here also has the ability to do slowdown too. I was gonna run this team. I was gonna run I actually was gonna push on this a little bit. I was gonna get Edith here. I was gonna get yeah, I was going to just level her up and I was going to try to do this because you get the protection, you get the protect ally, share the damage a little bit, you got the heals. Um, I think this probably would have been more optimal if I had Bull properly leveled up. I was even thinking about this because my new line is built. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get up to like 28 or 29 with this. I just didn't bother yet. Um, and the easiest one um, of course, the Sega City, because how broken Diamu and Indra is there. I don't think I have to explain much on this one. You don't need Moshi. I'm pretty sure I don't think I needed Wukong either, right? So really, it's more about just having Indra and Diamu, having some of the support. I had a Naru on here before. I think this was the first team. I was running something like this early on, and I was like beating it no problem, like without Wukong. So yeah, there you guys have it. I finally got my Agatha E4. I'm not a noob at PvE anymore. Um, really happy about that. And by the way, I did just remind everybody very subliminally, you do still have a few more days. Um, if you plan to use Aptoid, get the 5% extra percent off discount by using my code. All right, I'll catch you next time. Gandalf out.